So yeah, 11:30 in the morning. Well, it's about 11:45 now, I think. And yeah, thought I'd do a coffee with Wraggy. Been a while, to be fair. Um, Obviously, I don't do beer reviews early in the morning unless it's a weekend and I'm out in the garden, sneaky beer review time. So, but anyway, so massive thanks to everyone who joined in the channel for helping us achieve 2,800 subscribers. The channel is much more than just one person. I feel the channel is more of a part of a bigger community, obviously. The beer review community. Not just one beer reviewer, but lots of different beer reviewers across the world. We're a part of a, shall we call it, a niche community. Some people are obviously bloody super clever at what they do, and they've got the ability to do lots of graphical stuff, which I haven't. And to be honest, I ain't got the time. And editing videos and all that rubbish, I don't even do that. You know, every video is unedited. And I've only edited one video, and that's because I had to take the chuffing address off the video that I'd left on. So yeah, 2,800 subscribers in what is predominantly a beer review channel with a bit of gardening and a bit of theme parks as well. And I think it's good that as a beer reviewer, you show people that you know there's more to you just than just sitting there drinking beer all the time, because yeah, it's not good. It's not good. You know, can't be drinking beer all day long. You know. I literally drink beer for about 3 hours a night, and that's it. If that, even sometimes. But yeah, like I say, massive thank you. This 3,000 subscriber thing. I did say that when I reach it, I'm going to do that 75% Belfer Fire live on a 3,000th review. And, oh, yes, indeed. Should be interesting. It's getting a bit more real now that it was always a thing for the future, you know, whenever that future may be. But it seems to be taking a little bit of pace all of a sudden again. YouTube's a funny thing. I think it's down to Google, and if they want to push your channel, they will do. It's a strange old thing, social media. It really is. So anyway, big thanks for that. And with this cost of living crisis coming up, and which we're in now, you know, there's no doubt about it. Everywhere you go, the shops, the cost of beers going up, the offers that used to be on beer have basically changed. And I personally think that the government is rolling this out like backdoor. The cost per unit. One is to stop people getting too drunk, and the antics that come along with that. And obviously they can make more profit, can't they? They can make more money, because if people really do want to drink, they'll pay for it anyway. But I do think that homebrew is a good answer to, you know, if you do want a beer, but you want proper beer, you know, I'm not talking lager, that homebrew kits are definitely interesting going forward. I mean, I've jumped back into homebrew at the moment, and last night I bottled up two kits on Sunday. Both were hazy, and I'm thinking, oh God, hope they don't bloody end up like this. And last night, I went to them last night, and both of them, one had secondary fermented. They was as solid as you could get, and they'd cleared in a day. That secondary fermentation, because of the heat, obviously, they'd cleared within a day. Both of them were crystal clear, until I lifted the bottles up and started shaking the bloody sediment around. But even so, 10 minutes later, they'd cleared again. So just to show you, I will do reviews on both, literally, this week at some stage, because I want to see how they both turned out. I had both the lager, the Bulldog Brews lager, and the clone of a totally brewed beer, Stargazer. And and both are looking good. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how good they've secondary carbonated. I'm going to give it a few more days because my shed's as hot as hell at the moment. And yeah, it's times like this when an aircon unit in there would be very nice. Yes. Although it costs a fortune, I suppose, to get it cooled down first. What I really need is like a roof window to let out the worst of the heat. But anyway, yeah, talking about beer kits, you've got all the homebrew, you've got the Bulldog kits, you've got the Beerworks kits, you've got like the St. Peter's branded kits. And there's some bloody amazing beer kits. Tiny Red will do a kit. Directors is a nice traditional beer. Remember when it came into shops and we were ever so excited. Then again, we were kids in the sweet shop. Every time a new beer comes out, it's like, gotta try it, you know. And it was always about the expectation of what the beer's going to deliver. That's why I got into beer reviewing finally, you know, after leaving Sainsbury's. While I was there, if I'd have been doing beer reviews from when I got to Sainsbury's, I'd have started off pretty much the same time as both Hopzine and Real Ale Craft Beer. So that would have been interesting. And I actually had the bloody means to as well. I had a good camcorder. Although I use my phone these days, you know, it is what it is. I've actually got a spare phone sat at home, and one of these days, it's a smaller screen, but the picture quality is much better. So we'll have to see what happens when we all change phones at some stage. I had the S10 and it kept bloody zooming out in and out all the time, it was pissing me off. So I got rid of that phone, and my son had that in the end, little one, and for him it's great, you know. And the picture quality wasn't that much better, funnily enough. But my phone that my son's got, another Samsung, is actually really, really good. Just goes to show you, phones. You can use phones for YouTubing. It's funny. I work on my own that much that I prefer my own company to most. It's like I'll come here, and this is well, what was going to be a kitchen garden. However, the tree canopy is just too chuffing dark. It's alright for growing potatoes in, and that's probably where I'm going to go with this garden. Just have it as a potato garden. But in the summer months, there's no light coming through. There's no moisture coming through. Not that there's any bloody moisture at the moment with this weather. Jesus Christ, we need some chuffing rain. 36 degrees next week. What the fuck is that on about? Hey, 36 degrees. My gosh. We did have it 3 or 4 years ago. It was 37 and that was rough. Yeah. And it might be the thing that on Monday I do my watering and just take off a day's holiday. I just get out of it, you know. Certainly do something in the shade, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm watering today, and I've been watering all morning. Plants are dying left, right and centre. They've had no water now for weeks, and it's not only the fact they've had no water, but you've had wind, which also dries out, you know, plants and the grass and whatnot. And then you've also had killer temperatures, like 31 degrees yesterday. So you've had like a perfect storm of weather, and there's no water, no rain on the horizon. So all my plants are planted across both sites over the last 2 years. They're all in jeopardy. So I've had to start watering. We're on a water meter on both sides, so you know it's liberal watering rather, without raising the water bill too high. And the best way to do it is actually to hand water. Be direct, be quick, and do it quickly. Don't leave sprinklers on. I've been using the sprinkler, but in some ways I'm better off just going back to blasting a bit of water, because it takes it's so much quicker in the long run. And I do hand water using the watering can most of the time. but you know, sometimes it's just sheer amounts of bloody watering to do. So, I'm enjoying this coffee. I'm enjoying the fact that the sun is behind the clouds today. It's a lot cooler. It's a lot more refreshing. I don't know if I'm going to stop and do any work tonight. And it's going to be one of them weeks where I just, you know, knock it on the head. It's all right working and working and working. And, you know, we're not that poor that we need to work every single flipping ounce. And sometimes you have to say to yourself, I need a break. Just do me 8 hours, get home, chill. Or as best as you can, chill. Oh. I must do a live again soon. It's been a while. Yeah. I've got out of the habit again, and it's funny how once you get out of the habit of doing anything, it's very difficult to jump back into the habit. But I think sometimes we all need a bit of a break as well. And I mean, I've lowered my beer reviews down, and primarily because no one was watching them anyway. Yeah. And it does seem to be the case these days. But it is what it is, isn't it? The more subscribers, the less watching. It's like, how does that work? Obviously, the beers aren't interesting, but they subscribe anyway. Interesting. Or it's just the fact that the beers aren't interesting. You know, you never know. Well, I'm not interested. That's probably the main thing behind it all. There you go. But anyway, thank you for watching, and cheers. Enjoying this coffee. And now I'm going back to some more watering. Yes, fun. Cheers.